been doing it for 10 years. My parents have never once expressed any interest. Which is great. Awesome. You guys. You ever go into a happy couple's home? You see the signs on the wall, live, laugh, love, dance like no one is watching. There's the sassy one, don't talk to mom until she's had her coffee. Yeah, we get it, you're a bitch. That's why I didn't want to come here in the first place. And just once I want to see a real one, an honest one that says, have that domestic dispute as if no one else is at Applebee's. And then underneath in parentheses, I brought you here so you wouldn't make a scene. In the old days, they used to put missing children on milk cartons. I think we should bring that back. We should start putting absentee fathers on beer cans. And call it founders. So when I was born, I had a lot of surgeries, and I imagine right when I was born, the doctors were just like, what the fuck? It's all dislocated. How is this even possible? I think I just kind of came out as a bag of skin with bones inside. And it put me back together. Build a child workshop. Yeah, looks good. Are you sure? Well, there's a few spare parts over here, but I don't know where they went. Give them back to his parents. But yeah, so that was a struggle. I learned to walk later than most children, and well, frankly, that wasn't worth it. I should have just stayed in the wheelchair. I could just glide along instead of kind of like, hey, maybe I'll hit that wall. Yeah, I learned to walk around the 3rd or 4th grade, and that was like probably the hardest thing I've ever done. And I don't think you're supposed to do the hardest thing in your life in the 3rd grade. I think you're supposed to do that later.
Yeah.
Like if I'd stayed in a wheelchair, maybe I would have had the energy to, you know, go to college. I could have been a doctor or a lawyer. 1-800-CALL-SAM. I would have been the lawyer in the commercial that looked into the camera. So I worked customer service, which means I understand going postal. You learn a lot working with the general public. A lot of negative things working with the general public. One thing you might be surprised to know, did you know the general public doesn't know how to use a bathroom door? So, my place of work, we don't have employee-only restrooms. We used to, but then they did some renovations, and now they're open to the general public. And they're like family restrooms, so you go in, you lock the door. You're not coming in. And people just start pulling on the door. It's like, it's locked. It's fucking locked. And then they start pounding on the door. And a lot of times I don't answer, because this is obvious. But sometimes I do answer. Who is it? sometimes I just like to get a quick update. Wiping my ass now. It'll only be 10 more minutes. I hate the general public. Thank you for being here. Oh, you guys. This year for Lent, I gave up. I tell that joke every year during Lent. I think next year I should give up that joke. I was at Meijer recently. You know, just a large store with a lot of things, and, you know, being a single man in my 30s, I successfully went in and bought that one thing that I went to that giant-ass store for. And I walked back out to my car, and the woman parked next to me is loading in what, to me, would be a year's worth of groceries. And she's got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. And she's a professional. She's throwing these groceries in. She doesn't need to ash this cigarette. It's just gonna burn. Perfect technique. And her child is playing between our two cars on the ground on the asphalt. To the point where I have to sit there in my car awkwardly and wait because I'm afraid I will run over said child. So for 10 more minutes of loading groceries and the cigarette still amazingly being smoked, I wait. And finally, when she is done, the cigarette's still lit. Her and her daughter take the cart to the cart corral. When I tell you I've never been more turned on by a woman in my life, I mean it. I rolled down the window, I was like, hey, are you single yet? That's the end of that joke, sorry. Yes, I am single. Yeah. But I did recently join a dating app for disabled people. It's called Stumble. Yeah. So about what you'd expect. It's a lot of older gals who had a stroke a few years ago and were lonely. But, on the other hand, you would be surprised to find out there are many attractive young women in our area with polio who are interested in meeting up for sex tonight. That's right. Real life, attractive young women afflicted with a disease cured in the 60s, willing to meet up for blowjobs and other things tonight. Totally real. Great stuff. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was real? Me and my girlfriend show up at the function, me as is, pushing the iron lung. What do you mean you don't have a freight elevator? We're never going to get to the 3rd floor. Yeah, you don't get catfished on Stumble. You get You have vegetables. Alright, we'll spend my time, you know,
You guys ever think about how you were conceived? Ever think about that? No? See, for me, I just hope the sex was good. You know? Because imagine if it's not. Then your existence is just based off some casual Wednesday slops. Rough, guys. Not a good look. You know? And then imagine your mom in that situation. She's just looking down at you all more. It's like, damn, I gotta take care of this thing for the rest of my life. And I didn't even bust a nut. Rough. And like, what if the quality of the sex determines the quality of a person? Like a get out what you put in when you're putting out. Yeah. And it'd be kind of easy to know like whose dad's slinging dick then, right? Like Kevin and his brothers are all doctors. Bruce is doing the fucking thing, man. Apparently you guys didn't like that one. That's okay. Apparently you guys don't ponder on how you were conceived. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I bring a lot of unnecessary energy to a conversation. Like at work, I've realized that a lot recently. A manager of mine was dealing with a disgruntled customer, and she's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, our hands are tied." And I chimed in and I was like, "Yeah, and we're into that sort of thing." A guy came out, I work at a dispensary, so a guy came in with like a bunch of like weed, like lotion. He's like, "Yeah, these are samples, they're like really good for like pain." And I was across the room, and I was like, "Emotional or physical?" He goes, "Physical? Not interested!" Yeah. A guy came into the dispensary with a shirt that said "Educated Black Man" the other day. And I said, "Oh damn, dude, we got the same shirt." Imagine if we showed up at a party, we'd have to flip a coin, man. Oh man. It's weird. It's a weird time right now. Everybody's mad about America's politics, right? Yeah, everybody's mad about politics. We're mad about our food system too. You know, about like coloring in our food and whatnot. I don't know where you guys are falling on that. Are we voting blue number 2? Or we got some red 40 shorties in the audience. What's up? Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird with like the whole like people being shocked about like the food coloring thing because it's called food dye. Like sometimes the puns are just wrapped around your own mortality. It's funny too because like when I hear like politicians, like white politicians, like you know, complain about it, they'll be like, "What's up with all this color oppression?" Or they're on the other side, they're like, "Hey man, we're just trying to take back the rainbow and put it in your food." It's a lot, man. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know about all the politics bullshit. Either way, we're not escaping capitalism, guys, right? Yeah, that's just seeped into every aspect of our lives. Like, I can't even blow a dude anymore without the word job attached to it. Yeah, like I'm gonna get that W-2 back. It's been weird. I seen a news story freaking out about the dark web the other day. Dark web. And I just don't feel like it's appropriate to address Black Twitter that way. It's called Black X now, isn't it? Yeah. One time I looked that up with 2 extra X's. Just a bunch of people fucking in the dark, couldn't see shit. I feel like that's for people with the "if I was blind" fetish. Anybody into that sort of thing? Just respond to one of these. That's some of the new stuff that's gonna work on, guys. What are we gonna talk about? Oh man, what have you guys been up to? I've been, you say you've been on vacations?
Yeah.
Damn, you don't have to flex on me from the fucking, just stay with the audience. Shit, man. I've been What's up?
You don't take vacation?
I've taken a couple before, like 2 hours out though. That's a vacation for the lower class, you know what I mean? Hey, we're trying. This is a vacation, it's a couple hours from where I'm at. I don't have money for vacations, man. I've been spending money on Facebook advertising recently. And you marketing people, white collar crimes, what's up? It's weird, I don't know if you guys mess with that, because you can get real specific with Facebook marketing, because you can find the demographic of people you're trying to aim for, you can put down their interests and the radius of you don't want the ad to show up in. I ran an ad for this show tonight, kind of interesting, kind of tells you a lot. Yep. So as you can see, in a 3-mile radius, not a lot of Filipinos into breakdancing. Next week we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna try Dominicans into Ronald Reagan. I think that's gonna hit in Wyoming. I think that's the one. Yeah. Doing stand-up, some people have asked me if I've ever wanted to get into acting. And that's kind of scary, Because actors, they seem like they get kind of lost in the sauce, right? There's that one Elvis dude that he had to get a voice coach because he couldn't stop being Elvis. Imagine if that dude's mom's funeral was around the same time. He's got to do a speech. He's like, I love you, Mom. Also, it's scary because I feel if I were to get into acting and I finally get my big break, in my very first role, I get hired as a racist extra. How terrible is that, dude? There's only one person that's ever made out of that, and that's Edward Norton in American History X, right? Yeah, but now Hollywood knows him as Edward Norton. It's scary, dude. You sit your family down for your first big acting break, and you're the guy putting the cross in somebody else's front yard. Seemed a little natural, Todd. I wonder how that process goes. Did they just make all the actors, extra actors, just draw straws? They're sorry, Jim, you know what word we need you to say. He's like, fuck, can I say it with an A? It's we actually got you contracted for the ER, Jim, sorry. Sorry about that. I overthink a lot of things. Recently, I was thinking about how the ancient Greeks used to put coins on the eyes of the dead so that they could pay their admission into the afterlife, right? Yeah. And that makes me nervous. Somebody's gonna die near me and a gumball machine. It's gonna have one of those sick temporary tattoo machines attached to it. Then I'm gonna feel bad. You're gonna find me putting a temporary tattoo on a dead guy. Then, you're gonna ask me about it. And I'm gonna be like, oh, it's to say, it represents that life is fleeting. That's the end of the joke. That's the end of the joke right there, guys. A couple more things. I surprisingly travel a lot for comedy. And it's weird. It's weird because when I go home, my house doesn't show up on Google Maps. But the hot dog restaurant next to my house does. And I kind of feel like I'm fucking up some late night hot dog statistics. Or if the government is watching me, they think I'm having an affair at a hot dog restaurant. I just walked in there one day damn, Brenda. I see how you're handling them dogs. What time you get off? It makes me concerned though. Because I'm afraid I'm gonna die in a car accident. The last thing in my GPS is gonna be a hot dog joint. And they're gonna gonna go talk to my girlfriend. The cops are gonna be like, Pierce, he was going to a hot dog restaurant. She's like, oh, he was going home. Then Brenda comes out, she's like, damn right he was. Yeah, it'd be concerning too, Especially if that whole coin thing's real. And I get up to the boat guy and he's like, what the fuck, no coins, dude? He's like, is that a skull and crossbones tattoo? It's like, oh, it's to show that life is fleeting. All right, that callback doesn't work that early. See, we're learning stuff about each other, guys. I guess mainly about me. Oh man, what else was I gonna talk about? Did the food coloring, the unnecessary energy. Somebody came into my work the other day and they had hand earrings. Had little hand earrings. And so I said, oh, I like your hands. Apparently this person forgot what earrings they were wearing. Because they said, oh, I'll give you some hands. And me not understanding the context of the situation, I said, I'd prefer some feet. And then the offer of hands multiplied by everybody that was in the lobby at the time. Alright, hand earring trip. We're working through some new ones, guys. Yeah, it's been a weird few weeks. I've had about 4 people tell me I look 10 years older than I actually am. What's up? Ooh, 27. Thank you. I need that. Because this really happened recently. People been hit with that. But I've just kind of been rolling with it. But now I gotta act like I remember where I was during 9/11. I've just been throwing out a location and weapon from the board game Clue. It's like, oh, I was in the study with the wrench. Professor Plum was a wreck. And he was like, who could have done this? I opened a card, I was like, Colonel Mustard. That's my hot take of the night, Colonel Mustard to 9/11. I like that one. That's fun. What was that?
Were you 2, 3 years old, 9/11?
Don't belittle me about not knowing what, consciously aware during national tragedies. 9/11, what, were you like 5? I've seen some real shit, man. I remember when 2008 was happening. Oh, man. Do you guys shave your balls in here? We shave our balls? No? Right. Gotta get after this one. Yeah, I like to do mine with a straight razor. Yeah. Act like I'm holding my dick hostage. I start saying weird shit. I'm like, you know how I got these scars? My dick looks up, it's like circumcision. And then I Wu-Tang it, guys. I Wu-Tang it. Do you know that story, man? White crowd. Thanks, guys. That's my time. Good over mine. Thank you.
I like to imagine overalls were like created by a 7-year-old that just really liked jeans. You know, he's like, oh man, I love my jeans. I wish they never had to end. That one was also dumb. That one also did not deserve a laugh. Do you think it's weird to fuck your best friend? Do you think it'd be weird to fuck your best friend? Let me reword it. Do you think it'd be immoral to sleep with your best friend? Do you think so? Yeah? Do you think it'd be immoral to sleep with your best friend? Maybe a little bit. See, I didn't think so, but my friends and family, they're so upset with me. I saw my best friend and they're all like, you're disgusting, you're a disgrace, how could you do this? And I'm like, guys, it's not just my best friend. This is man's best friend. Oh, man. I love blackjack. I don't know if I've ever told you guys how much I love blackjack. Blackjack is my favorite. I love blackjack so much. The only thing that annoys me sometimes about blackjack, though, is when he's like, guys, come on, my name's just Jack. I got dumped the other day, believe it or not. And my buddy, he goes, hey man, don't worry about it. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Which honestly, not that good of advice, because I don't fuck fish. And even if I did, I don't live in the sea. Plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of rocks on the moon too. What good does that do me? He goes, no, don't worry about it. Plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, catfish. He goes, widen your net. Now I got crabs, so. I feel like the youngest child always gets special privileges privileges that the other siblings don't get. I always feel like they're always raised with looser rules than the other siblings. My favorite example of this, there's this guy way back in the day. His name was Moses, and God was like, hey Moses, no sex before marriage, no exceptions. And he's like, okay, got it. Then God has another son, comes along, and he goes, hey Jesus, no sex before marriage, no exceptions. Got it. And he has another prophet that comes along, Muhammad, and he goes, 72 virgins. There's 72 virgins, and why don't you put a muzzle on those yappers while you're at it? Jesus gets told he's going to die a virgin. He's like, but Dad, Moses got to have sex. He's like, one more word on you, and your mother's going to be a virgin too. North Korean soldiers have been sent to Ukraine to fight alongside the Russians in the war. Some of you probably heard about this in the news. The second these North Koreans got there, the Russian soldiers did what I feel like anyone would do if you met in North Korea, which was immediately introduce them to porn. They all just showed them porn immediately. These guys gotta be so confused. They lived in isolation for 20 years. They didn't know it got bigger than 4 inches. You gotta think about these guys. The only pair of tits that these North Korean men have seen were Kim Jong-un's. So they have no idea what is going on. Some men watch porn, some women watch porn. A lot more women don't watch porn. It's usually because it just doesn't appeal to them. When men don't watch porn, it's strictly a self-discipline thing. No man's ever been like, I just don't see the appeal. Why would I want to see 2 busty Latino women rub up it? Why would I want to see that? This is someone's daughter. Meanwhile, every other man's like, did you say someone's daughter? You guys have been pretty good, so I'm going to do one that's really dumb. Believe it or not, when John Cena does that thing where he's like, goes invisible, he's actually just putting his hand in front of his face. He's doing like this, if you see him from the side. He's not actually going invisible, guys. I know, because if you don't believe me, go back to any time where he does it, goes invisible, watch his torso and legs. He stays there. He's just doing this with his hands the whole time. Thank you, guys.